All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, darlings. Welcome to Thursday. I hope you're doing great. Wow, the week has just flown by. That's what happens when you have a Monday holiday for me. It's all of a sudden it's Thursday, like out of the blue. I do want to say that I feel like the time has sped up in some unusual ways lately that I'm noticing. And just from my own experience, like I really feel like certain hours of the day just disappear. Like almost every day, the hours between like 11 and 1 just like cease to exist. Okay. So that's kind of in the daytime, like at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's something about that. And that has happened every day this week, whether I was working or not. So let's see what's going on here for you guys today. I will be continuing with the June readings. I've posted a few already. Um, Today, I think it's Libra and Scorpio I'm going to be working on. Okay, so let's see where we're going here. Safe travel. Stormy. Ooh. Good fortune. Shadow. Wow. So this is like a kind of like a blessing in disguise kind of situation here that the direction you're going in is seemingly fraught with a lot of pitfalls, a lot of issues, but there's something coming from it that's really, really good. And this could be Saturn's influence, right? Especially if it's spiritual, because Saturn has just left Pisces. And when Saturn leaves, there's usually a gifty. So if you've had the past 2 years since March 2023, if you have had kind of a challenging past 2 years, but really have risen to the occasion, really have like sort of maybe not even maybe double down on doing your work in a certain area, I feel like there's going to be a benefit to you. So if you've had problems with your work or with money, like that seems like you've really whatever you focused on these past 2 years, and if you've brought it along in any way, I feel like you're going to get some kind of gifty from Saturn. And what Saturn does is it doesn't just hand you a gift. Saturn creates the opportunity for you to express your healing to positive result. So you may have had a couple of years of dealing with, communication issues with a narcissist or something like that. And now Saturn's going to bring you another kind of communication situation, maybe not with a narcissist, maybe with somebody who is a good communicator, and you'll be rewarded with a good relationship. Oh, wow, look at that. Somebody can actually communicate. How novel. Nine of Pentacles underneath. Yes, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. You have been fighting a new relationship. Maybe because of all the things I just said about you having, some kind of shadow as it relates to challenging relationships. And I feel like you've been pushing away from it or holding it back or not wanting it. Even though it's right here, it's like going to be showing up very soon. Eight of Wands, communication. Eight of Swords, look at that. Five of Wands. Yikes. This is like the old pattern. It's like it's not going to be any different. And this is a mindset. When I communicate or when I'm dealing with somebody, they're manipulative and I'm stuck in a mindset. It's never going to change, right? Like that's a stuck mindset. Empress, Four of Swords, Death, Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Hanged Man. All right. So this is not a new person to you. This is a person who you've been dealing with for a long time, and I feel like there's potential here for them to really change. After all the manipulation and all the lousy stuff, I feel like you might have a closed mind as to whether this person can change. Like it's a done deal. This person is not somebody who is going to make any effort to change. However, I feel like there is something coming in for this person. You are likely not going to see it. This person may even apologize to you. Wow. Okay. I did not see that coming. This person who's manipulated and been a jerk and been one of those people that's very quintessentially hard to love. I feel like this person might apologize to you. I feel like they're getting some kind of spiritual awakening. Wow. That's amazing. The Empress, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, and the 4 of Cups. Yeah, this person is being moved along in their life, in their spiritual path. I feel like they have closed out a chapter, and it's like they're kind of seeing things from your perspective, right? With this Hanged Man. What? Okay. Okay, this is freaking me out a little bit. There's somebody who has completely flipped the script. This is not something you would ever expect, but I feel like they might apologize to you. They may recognize that what they've been doing was not okay. And I feel like you have resisted talking to them, seeing them, you're just like, I don't, okay, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. And it's almost like they're fighting to get through that. They're fighting to break through that wall of resistance that you're putting up here. What is this Death card about? Now, I know it's changed, but they want to balance the scales here. Chariot, 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. This person has been set free. This person's been set free of some difficult situation, been held down by another situation. It was tough for them. And I feel like there's a lot of animosity here. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of not such good stuff. And you may have tried in the past, but like this is done. This is done for you. And then all of a sudden this person comes around and is like, I really want to talk to you. And you're like, oh no, I don't know what in the world you think you're doing, but what in the world? 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Devil card, and the Knight of Pentacles. It is strangely important that you come at this from a different perspective. Not the perspective that says, oh, this person is completely healed and oh, wow, they're going to be amazing to me. The opposite of maybe where you were at, where they're like toxic and difficult and devious, and I don't want anything to do with them. Those are two extremes. This new way to come at them is from a very grounded, sort of embodied your lessons are with this person. Like this person has taught you something and now you've incorporated it into your life. And maybe the old lesson, or maybe there was one lesson or something that said, trust no one, kind of a thing, and all of that. And this person has blindsided you in the past. They've been very sharp. They've been very mean or nasty, manipulative, you name it. I feel like they're kind of atoning for their sins. And I don't know. I mean, okay, but I also feel like you don't have to take this in, like you don't have to swallow this whole. Okay. Like there are circumstances in which people do see their lives and seek to get forgiveness, make amends, right? This person may have been diagnosed with something. This person may have been um, just gone through something terrible with another person, and they're committed to righting the wrongs in their life. Maybe they've even had a near death experience. Now, I know how this sounds, but this can be anybody coming toward you. And I feel like they're coming toward you because you are somebody who has really worked on yourself. You've done your um, clearing of old wounds, at least working on the healing of them. There's been times when you might have been really down and out, or and they've seen you walk through the minefield of your life. I feel like this person is kind of now that they're going through something difficult, I feel like they're a little bit in awe of you. Okay. I feel like they are not so full of themselves. They're not so right. They're like it's almost like they're reborn, or they're birthing themselves anew. They want to change. They want to make amends. They want person could be in AA. This person could be, dealing with an illness or something like that. Now, why is this coming up? This is happening in the next 4 weeks or so. There's star. You have something there's something that you have that will help heal them. I think it is forgiveness, but I also feel like this is a test for you to say I'm not doing this to curry favor with no. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. And there's something about that that is needs to be authentic. It can't just be like this person comes and asks forgiveness and you're like fall back into people pleasing ways and you just offer it. I don't feel like that's the truth at all. I feel like you are, if anything, you might be on guard too much around this person because I do think they've gone through something more difficult than maybe you recognize. And I also feel like they don't have the tools. This person doesn't really have the tools. Okay. And so they've seen you do some things and they think you have some kind of magic spell. All right. I just want to say that to you. This could be anybody. This could be a boss. This could be someone from high school that is calling you to say they're sorry about something. Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, Magician. Look at that. Fool. If this is your reading, there's something about this Ace of Wands. Look at this. Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, Magician. It's like you're being, and then the Fool, you're being set free of a contract, a karmic contract. Somebody coming out of the past to say, I'm sorry of how I treated you. Somebody coming out of the past saying, I was not capable of saying I'm sorry, but I'm going to say I'm sorry now. I feel like this is in the next 4 weeks. I feel like this will be shocking. And I feel like this is going to set you free. There's something about this connection that has been holding you back. And maybe you don't even really know it. This is a spiritual connection. Maybe you're kind of like, I don't want this person in my life. This is not, I don't think this is a love partnership, but for some of you, it could be. Having just gone through a divorce or having just gone through something really challenging, really challenging. Okay. And like Saturn can do that. So Saturn going through Pisces, this person may have just had their first or second Saturn return, meaning Saturn coming back around. It would have started in March of 2023. There's some, it ended. I don't know, not ended, but it's taking a, June, July, August kind of reprieve. And then it's going to go back into Pisces September 1st. It will move into Aries again on February 20th, and it's going to be conjunct Neptune. So this is definitely, to me, this is a reading for some of you who are going to get a surprise phone call, visit, letter, email, like an actual handwritten letter, text, something. This is out of the blue of something that had really held you back. And this interaction is going to set you free. Even if you don't, it's almost like your reaction to it is going to, I don't want to say like indicate your healing, but I feel like a lot of you are going to just be like, nope. And then some of you might be curious enough to see this person or talk to this person. Anything more about this person? Like I said, it could be different for each one of you. It could be somebody from college who stole your boyfriend, could be somebody from high school, could be an ex, could be a parent. Judgment, Two of Swords, Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords. They want to make amends for past lies. This person's going to tell you some pretty crazy things. If you choose to see this person, I feel like it'd be worth your while. Okay? Don't let your guard down, but I really feel like it might be worth your while. So let's keep going with this. If this is your reading, wow, I can't wait to see what happens. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.